Hey guys, Joseph the World here, and today we're talking about, yet again, another disgusting nonce. But not just any nonce. The disgusting man you see on your screen right now is Carl Walker, otherwise known as the Jelly Belly Nonce. And if you live here in the UK, you might have seen this clip before.
Listen, I'm gonna cut you slack because I've seen your tag. I'm gonna let you go now. Yeah?
I'm not lying to you. I'm just saying about the tag.
If I let you go now, yeah, and let you guys can see your dry mouth, are you ever gonna fucking do this again?
No.
Are you gonna promise me?
Promise.
You know it's fucking wrong. Look into them cameras and say, I promise I'll never do this again.
I promise that I will never do this again.
So if you're going fucking nowhere, you dirty bastard, you're staying here till police come. How's about that one, Jelly Belly?
Before we continue, I just want to let you guys know that a link will be left in the description if you do want to go check out the full nose sting after this video. But also a quick little disclaimer that this is one of the worst nonsense that I've covered. So please, if you're sensitive to these kinds of topics, click off the video now. Okay? Right. This dude is a serial sexual predator. He has essayed numerous women and even R-worded one at some points. So basically, he would ride around a city centre in West Hull where he would SA while he was riding on a bike and quickly SA women between 21 women and children between the ages of 12-year-old girls to women in their 60s by progressively getting worse and worse with each incident. And this was in a 3 mile radius, some happening in broad daylight. So he was sentenced to 6 years after he was finally caught, after being reported numerous times and someone catching it or him riding about in a certain area where he lived at the time on CCTV. Sorry, my bad. After finally being properly arrested and obviously appearing in court, he pleaded guilty to 13 essays and one count of attempted essay. Also, the judge ordered 7 further essay counts to lie on file. And after serving 6 years of his time, if within 7 years of his release he reoffends, he will be forced to serve out his full or even a further sentence, which would have been longer than the last one. But let's actually talk about the non-sting itself. The non-sting itself, he obviously was trying to communicate with what he thought to be a minor, but it wasn't a minor, it was predator exposure, who we covered in my last video, and he obviously got arrested. He was talking improperly. He kept blocking and unblocking her to try and kind of look better, I guess, if he did get caught. He tried to deny it, even though in the clip I showed earlier, to try and get them away, he admitted it on camera to, you know, knowing that she was a minor and he was talking to her. Also, he indicated his girlfriend would be involved, that his girlfriend would be fine having a threesome with, you know, who he thought was really young, which is absolutely disgusting. His girlfriend knows about his previous offences and yet still goes out with him, which is just mind blowing. I'm not saying people can't change, but there's one thing changing, I don't know, having some kind of addiction or something, and changing from, you know, some other crime that isn't as serious as this, but he's a nonce and he's still doing it. I mean, he's still talking to a minor even after spending all those years in jail and supposedly obviously getting rehab. Also, sorry, I forgot to mention this when I was telling you about his previous convictions or whatever. When he got sentenced originally to, 6 to 7 years or whatever, he was ordered to sign the sex offenders register for life, and he was banned from unsupervised contact with children and from entering any kind of park, amusement arcades, and leisure centres for 7 years after his conviction, obviously. After he's obviously released from prison. And also, he had to wear a tag around his ankle to kind of track where he would go. So even though he might not be going to these things, he was obviously still communicating with children online, and whoever was checking on him didn't do a good enough job because he was obviously attempting to groom this minor for however long this conversation obviously went on for. From what I could tell, they were bailed out, but because of all the pressure around surrounding the neighbours, who obviously knew now that their neighbour was, a predator, the police finally arrested both the boyfriend and girlfriend, the Jelly Belly Nonce, and I'm gonna label the woman as much as this might sound weird, the big ass Nonce. And I'll show you this clip, and you'll probably understand why. But I'm gonna have to censor it a little bit because this video might get age restricted or even taken down. But
there's Jelly Belly and Olive on the move. Go on, Jelly Belly, you're going again. Fucking hell, look at that ass. Kim Kardashian. Fuck me. Look at that. She's on crack. Fucking hell. Hey, well done, officers. We appreciate it.
I'll be honest, apart from confirming that I know they've been arrested, I could not find how long they were sentenced to, if they were even sentenced in the first place. Because he did obviously reoffend, but as we covered in the previous video, depending on how these predator hunters can, do their stings, if it's very unprofessional and everything, these guys cannot get sentenced. Like the polite nonce, I can't remember his name, sorry, but the polite nonce who we covered in the last video got absolutely bug all. He didn't get sentenced to anything, even though he admitted on camera to, talking to a minor, because they were pressuring him so much, calling him names, swearing, etc. He didn't get sentenced. So I really don't know what happened to this guy. But if you guys do, please let me know what happened to this couple or him, and I might make a part 2, or I will just edit this video a bit more in the future and just add it in and put a note that, lets you know, and I'll shout out the guy who tells me the information. Anyway, I'd leave a link in the description, I guess, or in the comments if you do know where to go. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.